Welcome to the deep dive. Imagine for a second finding out that the bank's most trusted security guard.
Oh, the one who, greets you every morning.
Yeah, exactly. The one who knows all the vault codes. Imagine finding out they've been systematically tunneling into that exact same vault for a decade.
It's just a wild scenario to even think about.
Right. Well, that is exactly what happened with a California attorney named Katherine Ngoc Nguyen. She's facing disbarment in April 2026. And our mission today for you, the listener, is to figure out how this massive ethical paradox just, existed in plain sight for over 10 years.
It really is staggering.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't a lawyer making a few sloppy accounting errors.
No, not at all.
This was a public servant using the very system designed to protect people as a smokescreen. It was intentional, calculated fraud.
And to really understand how she pulled this off, we have to establish the sheer scale of the financial mess she was hiding behind the scenes.
Yeah, the numbers are huge.
She owed over $730,000 to the IRS and state tax boards. I mean, if you owe the IRS that much money, they don't just politely ask for it.
Yeah, they freeze your accounts instantly.
Exactly. So, okay, let's unpack this. How does she avoid that?
Well, she used her client trust account, or CTA. In the legal world, a CTA is basically this sacred vault. It holds other people's money.
Like settlement payouts or legal retainers.
Right. And because that money legally belongs to the clients, the IRS can't just slap a garnishment order on it like they would with a normal personal checking account.
Because technically it's not her money, which is a brilliant, if, incredibly illegal shield.
Oh, absolutely. She weaponized this protective account. She was treating it as her own personal piggy bank to hide her assets from the tax authorities.
Wow.
And the audit trail is just breathtaking. She wrote 807 unauthorized checks from that account.
807?
Yeah. We're talking nearly 100 fraudulent checks a year. And that's on top of misappropriating over $65,000 from at least 11 different clients.
That is just, wow.
She even committed perjury on her state compliance forms to cover her tracks.
Wait, okay. So if someone is writing nearly 100 bad checks a year from a heavily regulated trust account, how does regulators not immediately kick down her door?
You'd think.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of alarm bell.
Well, you'd think stealing from clients would trigger an immediate red flag.
Yeah.
But she had this perfect invisibility cloak, which was her day job.
Ah.
For almost 12 years, she worked at the Orange County Superior Court as an assistant facilitator and self-help services attorney.
See, that's the paradox right there. She's at the courthouse every single day, advising vulnerable people who couldn't afford lawyers.
The pro se litigants, yeah.
Right. And she's doing this during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, helping them navigate complex eviction laws.
Meanwhile, she's running this entire shadow economy on the side. What's fascinating here is this concept of the judicial halo.
The judicial halo. I like that term.
Yeah, her private clients just assume that someone actively employed by the court system must be completely above board. It provides immense psychological cover.
And she totally leaned into that cover to exploit her own community. She used her bilingual skills to specifically target Vietnamese American clients.
Which is awful because language access is supposed to be this great equalizer in the justice system.
Exactly. But here, it was just a tool to build false trust.
The trust was absolute because nobody questions the court insider. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, the real failure here isn't just one bad actor.
Right, it's the system.
Exactly, it's the bureaucracy surrounding her. The IRS knew she owed $750,000. The state bar eventually started investigating her trust account.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Are you telling me the state bar investigating her and the court employing her literally never spoke?
Never. They are legally and operationally siloed.
That is insane.
There's no mandatory interagency reporting. A lawyer can be under investigation for severe financial misconduct, and their public sector employer won't get an automatic notification.
That silo effect is terrifying. And it didn't just protect her law practice, it empowered her to expand.
Oh, yeah, the nonprofit.
Yeah, I saw in the case files that while all this was happening, she was also acting as the CEO of a nonprofit called H2H. And then the county ended up suing that nonprofit for allegedly pocketing funds meant for social services.
It just highlights how a lack of joined-up oversight allows fraud to metastasize. If the state bar, the IRS, and the court system actually communicated, she wouldn't have been in a position to solicit county grants.
Not at all.
We desperately need mandatory reporting when a court attorney faces disciplinary charges and, random spot audits of those CTA accounts. Letting lawyers self-certify under penalty of perjury clearly isn't enough when the person is already willing to lie.
Right. So what does this all mean for you, the listener? It's a stark reminder that blind trust in institutional titles is incredibly dangerous when our regulatory systems are this fractured.
Absolutely. A fancy job at the courthouse doesn't mean much if the agencies behind the scenes are wearing blinders.
Yeah. Which leaves you with this provocative thought to chew on. If a court insider can run a shadow economy completely undetected for a decade, exploiting the exact people she was hired to protect.
It makes you wonder, right?
Yeah. How many other public servants are currently hiding their misconduct behind a judicial halo in our siloed bureaucratic systems? Next time you see the bank security guard, you might want to check their shovel.